Got it. Well, it's Bill Little, longtime on again, off again columnist here at Dealer News Magazine, and my lifelong buddy, really, Mark Kaufman, and we are here at AIME Expo, and we want to talk to you a little bit about what we've got going on. Of course, if you read my column in the December issue of Dealer News Magazine, you saw that we are two old guys who have made a really, I don't know, some would call it a crazy decision to go back to racing motocross, out of the blue, but
maybe a little selfish.
Maybe a little selfish. I feel like that is one thing that I've wondered about too. And a lot of people would go, man, you guys are really, what if you get hurt? What if you do this? What if you do that? And, but at the same time, I'm 54, you're 60. And I feel like there's only so much time that we have on this rock, right? And if we want to relive that, if we want to rejoin that whole thing, we need to really come back and go at it hardcore. We need to do it now, and there's so much that, I don't know. For me, I feel like I left some stuff undone in racing, and for you, I know it's been kind of a lifetime of different racing earlier on, and then you never got the chance to go to Loretta's, right?
Yep. Never did. I spent a lot of time racing, but just that opportunity eluded me in, family matters and, things that the other influences you have when you're growing up pull at you.
Right.
But something I always wanted to do.
Well, look, it is something I've always wanted to do too. And so I think that's where this all came about. Of course, we were just riding at my farm one day, and that's where it kind of came together, right? I mean, hey, yeah. I felt like I was crazy when I asked you that, because I said, hey, you what do you think? Do you want? I kind of want to race the state series again, and you're like, oh no, I want to do the plus 50 Masters at Loretta's.
No, not that I'm a master, but I mean, I feel like I'm around guys that are my age and maybe a little younger, and
right,
in some respects, but or some cases, but it just sounds like it would be fun, and this is a family sport, so my family could do it, come with me, and just another journey I can take,
And that's the thing, and I think where it's really started gaining traction is not it is about the journey, right? I mean, it's not about.
Sure.
Do we really think we're going to get out there against the likes of? I mean, look at the last, Paymer won last year. Jeff Emmett was the year before. I mean, we're not going to get out there against those guys and win. Okay, hey, stranger things have maybe happened on this planet. I can't think of one, but it's the journey, and it's the experience, and it's us getting to go out back and do this stuff after all this time. And frankly, our wives have been wonderful about that. I'm thinking they got insurance policies that we don't know about on us.
Yeah. What is it, that Tom Petty song? Take out some insurance on me, baby.
That's right.
She's been very supportive. Jan we've known each other since we were second grade. I fell in love with my wife, basically from second grade on. And, through our childhood, she wouldn't have anything to do with me. I was a show off, and, I was always trying to impress. And I just liked showing people what I could do on a motorcycle,
Right.
But we met later in life, and I got the chance to make her my bride, and we've been partners ever since. We're a team, and she knows how much I want to do this, and she doesn't want me to get hurt, of course, but she's very supportive, and I can't thank her enough for it.
Well, and Beth's been very similar with me. I mean, she's a saint because she supports me in all these crazy ventures I find myself getting into, and I've got nobody to blame but myself, but she supports it, and she helps to ensure that all of these things do actually come out with, something of a resemblance of what I had envisioned, which is amazing. And so we're lucky in that regard. But, we came out here to AIME for a number of reasons, obviously. Number one, we wanted to talk with some of the supporters that we've already got for this. And I got to tell you, the Beta USA,
amazing company.
the Pilgs over there, we've been dealing so close, working so close with Frank and some of the other guys over there have been just amazing, and they're supporting us big time with this effort. And now, you know, we've had the ability to meet with so many others who are latching onto this and jumping on board, because I think for them it's the same as it is for Dealer News. I know it's the reason Robin got behind this, and for us, you know, it's not, we're not doing this for publicity. We don't get anything out of this other than the ability to go do it, and it's a reason to go do it again. You know,
Sure.
I mean, it kind of lends some credibility to our decision, whether it's good or bad or not. But also, you know, I think that a lot of people who are 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, you know, let's face it, life gets in the way, especially on the off road. For those of us who are passionate about off road, life gets in the way, and I think that if we can somehow inspire people, and it doesn't have to be riding or racing, it could be skiing, it could be, you know, fishing. I don't care what it is that you do, that you set aside for the responsibilities of life and kids and whatever else, PTA meetings. You know, at some point, you get to the point where you think, man, I wish I could do that again. And I want to be an inspiration to people to go do that. If you just want to live vicariously through it and enjoy the journey, the story of the journey, that's fine too, because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we're hearing all this for the first time too, right? But
Sure.
But if we can inspire somebody to do it again and go out and live life, we only have so long.
Yeah.
Let's make the most of the journey. So
I feel like, you know, COVID in some respects was a blessing. I know it's just a horrific thing
that's tough to say, isn't it?
You know, but it's when you know, I've always been somebody who tries to look on the brighter side, and you know, I was talking with Frank at Beta, and he said, "There's my neighbors had kids I never knew they had. They started going outside. They started doing things, you know, and that's, I feel like that's a big thing for people if they can do things, get out and enjoy life, and not feel like the daily grind's getting them down. You know, it's not selfish. It's actually making yourself whole. You know,
right?
So I you know, if they can take anything from this, you know, we're not asking people to go out and race motorcycles, but just get out and experience life. You know,
regain that passion, whatever that passion is.
Exactly.
And you know what? I see where you come from with that whole idea of maybe COVID was a blessing in disguise in some ways, some very small ways. But I think if nothing else, it gave us as humans the appreciation for the ability to go out and do things. A lot of people, I mean, we're in Missouri. They were like, live your life, whatever. You die, so be it. But a lot of places were like, you're not leaving your house. You're not going to congregate with more than, you know, you and 3 dogs or something, you know, and you're going to stand 10 feet apart or 6 feet apart, whatever it is. They, I think, got to a point where they yearned for that freedom to go out and live life and do things again. And I think maybe that you're right with that. You know, you start to see the value in that, and maybe we had taken all of that for granted. Right. And then when that's yanked away a little bit, we get an opportunity to go back out there and do it. And so I feel like, yeah, then maybe that was. And the other thing is, too, I think it makes us appreciate the ability to do stuff that we want to do in our lives and value the time that we have left to do.
For sure.
So please, you know, if nothing else, let this thing inspire you to go out and do something. And if by all means you just want to sit on the couch, then sit on the couch and keep up with us on YouTube, 2 Old Guys Racing, and you can watch us go out there and mess ourselves up and, and enjoy doing it. Thanks for joining us.